He's fired. You'll never believe who President Trump just canned. Liberals are panicking. The IRS targeting of conservatives is news again today, but not for the reasons you're thinking. Earlier today, the Department of Justice announced it had settled the lawsuit brought up by a slew of Tea Party and conservative groups who were targeted by Lois Lerner's Internal Revenue Service, for which she pled the Fifth. It should also be noted that in an era of deception, lawbreaking, and non-transparency, the Obama administration had its fair share of scandals, many of which are currently being brought to bear now that he is safely out of office and Hillary is no longer a big player in the swamp. The point is that the draining of the swamp continues, slowly but surely, marching toward a better government. In a move that was heralded by many true conservative Americans today, President Trump officially announced the firing of John Koskinen as director of the IRS and will be replacing him with a temporary director, starting next month. This is great news and hopefully will start our MAGA era out with a major head start toward a truly open Department of the Treasury. The Political Insider. It's no secret that the IRS targeted conservatives during the Obama administration, and they got away with it too, for the most part. Former IRS Unit Director Lois Lerner was initially the central figure in the scandal, infamously pleading the Fifth when summoned to testify. Obama's Justice Department and FBI would conveniently later find substantial evidence of mismanagement, poor judgment and institutional inertia but find no evidence that any IRS official acted based on political, discriminatory, corrupt, or other inappropriate motives that would support a criminal prosecution. It was just a coincidence that Lerner granted only one conservative group nonprofit status in 3 years? Sure. The IRS also fired people in connection with the scandal for unethical and even criminal actions, but didn't have much trouble quickly rehiring 213 of them. When it comes to the IRS, there's plenty of swamp to drain, and conservatives have been pressuring for the removal of current IRS Commissioner John Koskinen to fully wipe out the influence Obama imposed on the office. Back in March we reported that an off-the-record White House meeting with roughly 24 conservative leaders included explicit calls for President Trump to fire IRS Commissioner John Koskinen, according to a source in the room, and their desires will be granted. Like many before him, Koskinen will be hearing the words "you're fired." According to the Daily Caller, President Trump made it official on Thursday that embattled IRS Commissioner John Koskinen will be out of a job next month. Trump tapped David Cotter, the Treasury Department's Assistant Secretary for Tax Policy, to serve as interim IRS Commissioner, beginning November 13. How ridiculous is it to have no accountability at the agency responsible for collecting a quarter of a nation's annual income? President Trump has taken an exceptional step in draining the swamp with the firing of John Koskinen, and we can't wait to see how many more IRS slugs we can get rid of in the near future. Thank you for watching this video. What do you think about this? Share this on Facebook and Twitter along with your comments.